Hello, everyone. This is Maurice Parker. Welcome to the Maurice Parker channel. And if you're new, subscribe below for cool new features where we talk about sports and more, including manga and anything else going on in the world. Today I wanted to thank each and every one of you. We have reached over 1,000 subscribers on the Maurice Parker channel. Words cannot describe how happy I have been when I started. I only had like 43 subscribers, and then it has continued to grow up until this point to get to 1,000 and thousand going strong. As of right now, I think I got 1,119 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed. It means the world to me that wow, like 1,000 plus people care what I had to say about sports or anything, and this means a lot to me that you guys took time out your day to watch the videos, and I know they could be long and winded, but I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate it. With that being said, I did want to give up news. NFL quarterback Derek Carr has retired after realizing that he had to deal with a shoulder injury. Derek Carr has played in the league, has retired after playing 11 years in the NFL. I want to congratulate him on a wonderful career he's had. Obviously, he was a warrior. In things good to the good and bad, he always gave what he had on the NFL field. Unfortunately, it did not always end up in playoff success, but to play in the NFL that long should be commended and respected because not everybody makes it to the league and to play that long in the league is commended at the quarterback position because he actually overcome some devastating injuries, which included him breaking his leg, I believe, in 2014 or 15. They was on the cusp of the playoffs. Um, he always tried to give it everything he got. I want to, tell him congratulations. You had a wonderful career, and the next stage of your life is going to be even better. Don't have no regrets. You did what you had to do in the NFL. You should be happy. You should be at peace with your decision. And with that, I want to say thank you, Derek Carr, for what you did for that organization, for the Raiders, up into the Saints, and God bless you on the next pathways of your career. Now, moving along into the NBA semi-conference series games that have been going on, it has been definitely an interesting series so far. The first game we're going to talk about is the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sorry about that. And this series was marked by the fact that the Warriors took game one. The Timberwolves ended up taking game two. Steph Curry gets hurt with his hamstring, and right now he will not be medically cleared to play to game six. However, the Timberwolves are looking to end it at game five, so that but Steph Curry doesn't have a chance to get back on the court. During this game, it was crazy to see that the Warriors was up and then they was down. A few things happened during this game. Well, first of all, Jimmy Butler scored, I believe, 17 points. Kuminga came off the bench and was productive. Anthony Edwards ended up going off and actually turning it around. Nas Reed ended up doing what he had to do, scoring big time buckets. Julius Randle was like a man possessed. He was going to the hole, was taking deep shots, taking mid range, showing the whole Arsenal offensive game. Rudy Gobert, although offensively was not doing much, defensively was doing the rebounding. He was going against a really determined Golden State team. I mean, Draymond was getting the ball up the court. You had Pazinski trying to do what he needed to do to stay active into the game. From what I watched in the game so far with the Golden State Warriors is it just seemed when your leader's not on the court, Steph Curry wasn't. He brings a certain level of confidence to these men. That to help them play with their abilities. I'm not saying that they're not confident because obviously these men are great and confident. They should be respected as such. But I think when him not being on the court, it might hurt them because he brings so much fluidity on the offense that I think that sometimes it's like next man up. Even though it's your moment to show what you can do, those hours of preparation will pay off. And to an extent, I think it did. This game is marked by the fact that Draymond Green actually has got fouled out the game. He had a lot of fouls. If you didn't know, Draymond Green, throughout the years, has had a reputation, unfortunately, of some people say dirty. I think he's just being passionate about how he plays the game. And if this was the '80s NBA or the '90s NBA, he would not have gotten, I guess, so much flack of it as it is now. He got fouled a few. He got called for a few fouls, and there's a few times he got hit that they didn't call. The last play of the game was he got a foul on, I believe, Nas Reed or Rudy Gobert, but I personally didn't think it was a foul. Only reason I say that is, although yes, his arms was a wrath, and by definition is a foul. The only reason I say I don't think it was a foul is because the way that it was being officiated and called. Nonetheless, he has got 6 fouls, and he gets ejected from the game. Golden State ends up losing that game, so now they're down 2-0 in the series. They play Monday tomorrow. Monday should be a beautiful game between those two. The next series I want to talk about is the Denver Nuggets and OKC Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder. Sorry about that. Back and forth game with the Jokic, Jamal Murray, uh, Brown. I think that's what his name is. Rune. Going against Shea Gildas Alexander, Hardenstein, Greg Dortch. It was crazy to see those young men come back and compete and play because honestly, the Nuggets to me looked like they was going to win the game. It was like the series was 2-1. Oklahoma City Thunder ended up pulling off to go 2-2. This game is marked by the fact that this is just a long-standing battle because it looks like OKC is not trying to have the same output that they had last year where they got out the second round. They are trying to advance to go to the Western Conference Finals. And it's likewise with the Nuggets, who are 2 years removed from a championship. They're trying to still show that they're still a championship caliber team. And it's like a clashing of the teams going in a series, which I like. It's physical. As these teams are playing hard, they're giving it everything they got. That's what we love to see. The next game I would like to talk about is the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers, which has been marked by the fact that Julius Garland has gotten injured on his foot. I don't think he'll able to play game one. Game two, Indiana takes a 2-0 lead, and the Cavaliers yesterday, 2 days ago, won the game. If you watch this game tonight, it was a complete blowout. I think it's very few times I can say in a half that a team has won the 80-39 and a half, and you could sense that it was just over. I think the fact that it just feels like Indiana's going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're up 3-1 in the series. Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner went off, and Siakam did his thing. It just seemed like it just wasn't a Cavaliers night. It just seemed I don't think the energy level was there. Although I'm pretty sure that that's not the way that they expected to come out there. It just was just not their night. Plain and simple. You gotta give credit to the Indiana Pacers because they kept their foot on the gas. They did not stop until the final play. They executed. They 3 pointers, mid range game, layup. They was going at it. But the thing that also you got to remember in this game was there was a lot. Things were getting chippy, pushing, shoving. There was a third and punch. Players getting ejected. A player got ejected. In the playoffs, when you get a competitive nature, you have a player that it's men. You're not going to turn things. They're not going to take. So with that being said, you know, that is the series 3-1. Indiana leading the series. The last series I like to talk about is probably the most surprising. Is the New York Knicks and Boston Celtics. If you didn't know, when the NBA season first started, the Celtics almost had the record for most threes ever scored in a game as a team. This is ironic because if you look back at how they're putting the New York Knicks, when it's a close game, the New York Knicks in the last 7 minutes, if I probably remember the picture, it seems like it just goes cold for the Celtics. It seems like they slow down, and the Knicks know if they can keep it within 12 points, they'll win the game. And you could just see the confidence from girl Jalen Brunson does his thing. Uh, you got to give Draws Hart his cover. OG, and Anobi does his thing. Carl Anthony Towns. Now they're up 2-1. One they lost last time to the Celtics, and the Celtics blew them out, and they showed that they're a resilient team. Now for the Celtics, you have Jason Tatum, you have Jalen Brown, you have Derek White, you have Kristaps Porzingis, you have Al Horford. They have a good core nucleus. I think this is a lot of testing because they are a championship team and they're the current champs. I think this is a great test in resiliency. This shows me a lot about this team and they can fight back. this game. It should be a really good one to watch. It should be interesting. I think it is going to be an epic game, honestly, to tell you the truth, folks. I think it's going to be awesome. That was just my quick recap on what I thought about the players series. I'm sorry I might not go in depth as I normally do. I just wanted to say that, thank all of you so much for over 1,000 subscribers and growing. I'm hoping that we continue to grow this channel, continue to keep going to the next stage, and you continue to stay with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate every one of you. I thank you all for listening to what I gotta say. To all the players out there, to all those coaches out there, to all the people performing, you guys are doing your thing, respected. I just want to see good, hard play. I want to see everybody out there driving and succeeding. And just know this: at the end of the day, just give everything you got out there. You watching. Always strive to be the best that you can be, and never don't let nothing stop you from achieving what you need to achieve. I cannot wait to continue to watch this channel grow. I want to thank each and every one of you once again for all the subscribers, for all the subscriptions, for all the feedback, for the love that you showed me. And I continue to show more content in the Morris Parker channel coming soon. And till I see you next time, thank you so much and keep supporting.